So you're thinking about starting your own business, consider these 5 things. My name is Daniel Lewis, content creator at iAMDANIEL.ca, and today we're going to talk about 5 things that you should consider if you're thinking about taking the plunge or the launch into entrepreneurship and starting your own business. All I ask that you do, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you never miss when I post a video. Also, I do have the new I Am Daniel merch now available. You can check it out on my website at iamdaniel.ca/shop-1. I know it's not as smooth as, some of the other YouTubers' links and stuff, but without any further ado, let's get started, and that magic starts right now. Okay, so 5 things that you need to consider or question yourself or ponder about before starting your own business. Number 1, don't quit your day job. I know, wanna be an entrepreneur so very bad. I understand that when you get that itch, that passion, that drive, that desire to be your own boss, it can overwhelm you, as it did me. The desire to be your own boss is one of the most alluring reasons to want to start your business, but you must take caution. Quitting your day job usually, not always, but usually results in the entrepreneur having to find other sources of income to start and grow their business. I know this from experience. When the thought of starting my tea company entered into my head, my 2 weeks notice was written that same night. In my mind, I saw stores, customers, employees, products, money, and community initiatives, all these things that I was going to accomplish by starting this business. And it overwhelmed me, and I just decided that I'm just gonna take the leap. Once I started thinking like this, the reality of working my 9-to-5 job became an impossibility. I felt like I couldn't work another day because I just needed to get to starting this business. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, okay, not going there. Unfortunately, what I didn't think about was how I was going to maintain my life, marriage, family, while also building this tea empire with no other source of income helping me to do it. Good news is, I started the business. But shortly after, the financial woes became real. And my wife and I found ourselves cleaning commercial buildings and finding agency work to help fund this dream. Don't quit your job. View your job as a guaranteed funding source for your startup business. When it's safe and feasible to do so, transition out. And that's what your current job should be, a funding source. Every 2 weeks, hopefully, every 2 weeks, they are paying you. They're putting money in your account. If you can be responsible with that money, then you could really fund your startup or your business idea until your business starts making some money, and then you just transition out and do your business full time. Now, this is not always the case. Sometimes you want to jump ship and get started because you have found a way to make sustainable income with your business venture, but that is usually not the case. So really consider keeping your job until your business is paying you well. Number 2, ask yourself, can I operate this business alone? The business you're thinking about starting, will you operate it by yourself, or can you operate it by yourself? This is something that you really want to think about because it plays a humongous role in determining how much money you're going to need to start. Again, my excitement caused me to overlook this question and just start. In no time, I found myself wearing more hats than a baseball team and stretched so thin that I was unable to properly meet the demands of this new exciting venture. Having me at the front lines of the business was critical in growing my brand. However, being stuck behind the counter also came with its drawbacks because I was also needed outside of my store to build community connections and to overall grow the company. So what ended up happening is that I had to forcefully hire staff without knowing if I could even afford them. This resulted in me giving up my own salary just to ensure that I had the help that I needed. Once again, back at square one with a growing, demanding business, yet no source of income to sustain my life. Plan well, plan well. On the other hand, a few years later when I launched my speaking business, I was a lot more mature. I thought about these things, I pondered, I asked this question ahead of time, And then I experienced a much smoother and more profitable business journey because of it. So ask yourself the question, can I operate this business alone, or am I going to need help from the start? Number 3, finding a mentor. You know how most successful entrepreneurs that you listen to on a podcast or on YouTube, or you read their books, you know how they always mention that you should find a mentor? Trust them. They know what they're talking about. A good mentor can make the difference between you starting a business or simply just creating a hobby, making thousands of dollars as opposed to making millions, and even help you to find balance within your business and your personal life. When you're reaching out to find a mentor, be prepared to hear no, as many of the times they have lots of prior commitments that they're juggling, and just the same way that they would advise you, they don't overcommit and they know when to say no. It's not that they don't want to help you. They actually are helping you by teaching you the first discipline of building a successful business, which is the art of saying no. But if and when they accept to mentor you, listen and consider their advice. Ask questions, make yourself accountable to them, and you will reap the enormous benefits that experience has to offer. In many ways, that's what my YouTube videos are all about. Free resources that are designed to inspire and inform you, or at the least, prick you and cause you to think about that big business idea that you have looming around in your mind. So on that note, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell to stay mentored. Boom! Number 4, starting small. Apple, Hewlett-Packard, Amazon, Google, Mattel, T by Daniel, and Walt Disney. What do all of these companies have in common? They all started in a garage. Yes, the old garage startup success story never gets old. The point here is not that you have to start in your garage to be successful, but rather to start small and grow smart. Most businesses fail due to their inability to either make sales or their inability to pay off their debts. But what if I started a business without accumulating a lot of debt? I did this and it worked for at least 5 years before I started to take on debt on the business in order to grow it. Start small and use a grassroots approach to growth, and your future entrepreneur self will thank you. The trick to starting small and growing successful is simply to find the formula that determines a successful venture. In other words, aim to make your first $100 or $1,000, and once you learn how to do that, simply repeat. To make your first $1 million right out the gate may cause you at least $2 million based on the mistakes, the trial and errors, and the bad decisions that are bound to happen. It doesn't have to be this way, but it usually is. So consider starting with what you have and where you are and growing from there. The key is to find the formula. For example, when I invested $60 to pop up at a school bake sale to sell my products, I was usually able to walk away with $300 to $500 in sales. When I invested $200 to $300 in events, I was often able to walk away with $1,000 plus. These statistics were able to provide me with formulas and expectations that I could use to grow efficiently. Number 5, what is your exit plan, if any? If you walked into a shopping mall with no list and no idea in your mind of what you'll need to get in order to leave, guess what will happen? You'll end up broke. You need to have a plan or an outcome or a strategy of what will need to happen for you to leave the mall. That is your exit plan. When I've accomplished this, then I will ... fill in the blanks. Sell the business, find a successor, etc. You'll have to determine what that is. Without an exit strategy or plan, you'll get to a stage in your business where you're not really sure if you're succeeding or not. Perhaps you're going to build this business to hand it down to your children, or this will be your retirement income or something to keep you busy as you get older. Have a plan. And if you're not going to exit the business, simply consider and ask yourself, what will you do after 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years of running the business? Having an answer to this ahead of time will help you to better design a business that suits your life. Anyways, that's all I got for you lovely people. If you enjoyed this video, found some value, or if you're loving the new iAMDANIEL trucker hats, then pound that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you never miss when I post a video. Life, business, entrepreneurship is just a fashionable journey. When you're unsuccessful, learn from it. When you are successful, celebrate that. And always remember, be adventurous, build honest. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.